All right, look. I'm like 10 Clash Royale losses deep. And like 4 shots of whiskey deep. I think I'm in the perfect mind state right now to talk about World Tournament and why it sucks and how we can do better. Now, do I think that they're going to take whatever I say into consideration? Obviously not. I got, like, no voice when it comes to this game. But I'm still going to talk about it because I have a microphone and I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to do what people with a mic and YouTube channel do and talk. So, I will say this. I am someone who, unlike people who grind World Tournament, I have a life. So, it kind of is a little bit hard for me to dedicate time to get my missions done. And for those who like don't know the missions off the top of your head, these are them right here. To do everything, you need to get 20 wins. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Get to 20 wins. Get to Beerus tier, which you get by the time you get to 20 wins, you'll be at Beerus tier. Get 23 million points. I'm sorry, 30 million points if you want to get everything. And then it's 23 million points if you want to get all the Dragon Stones. And then 20 wins in a row. And the 30 million points, 20 wins in a row will get you everything. So, first things first. I think if they gave more stones, that sounds kind of crazy because they give a decent bit of stones in World Tournament. If they gave more, I think people would be more obligated to really grind and do it. Because I mean, you probably see like the same 3 or 4 people in your local and like the same 10 or 20 people on your global, and it's just because that's all these people. That's like the whole thing. All these people do is just grind World Tournament, and like nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, touch grass. You know, I prefer if you touch grass, but you know, what does it matter to me? Another thing is these World Tournament units. We'll talk about him in a minute, but like recently we just got the Extreme Z Awakenings for the Kale, Caulifla, the Anine, and then Yamcha got their Awakenings. So I would feel better. I think these guys are actually kind of good. Like, you know, if you're running them on U6, right? And Kale, if you're running her with Caulifla, they're actually like, I saw the Caulifla get like a really, really high defense when I was running her. And it was just the Infinite Dragon Ball History, and she got up to like 2 million defense after like 1 turn. It was insane. I think I have the Anine, but I haven't used her. Like the thing is, like, these World Tournament units, like this batch is good, right? But I wonder if we can look at, okay, well maybe not. I was gonna say, I wonder if we can look at other batches of World Tournament units. Maybe if I just pull up cards and just do some deducing. So you have these guys. These 3 were the last World Tournament units. And this guy's ass. That's cool. That's cool. But this would be cool if you can like run him on the team. Right? Like, he kind of just dies to everything. The Gohan, I thought I remembered the Gohan being good, but I guess he has 60% damage reduction, but like nothing else. No guard or anything like that. A bunch of different kinds of ways to get defense. But you have to run a Trunks, and he greatly raises attack. I don't know, this guy might be okay. And then this guy is an Extreme Z Awakening, so it's just, it doesn't matter. Irrelevant. My point is that, like, the World Tournament units always feel so all over the place. I think the girls are good. Anine seems alright. And then Yamcha, high chance to dodge. Goes up to 70 right here. He can do stuff. Like, I could see, like, the fact that he has 70% chance to dodge is nice. Right? I'm not asking for much, right? But I think if they also toned up the unit strength of these World Tournament units, we'd be more inclined to grind. But that being said, you do get, I think it's what, 2 copies of the new awakened units, or the units that get Extreme Z awakened. I think they do 2 Extreme Z awakenings for every world tournament now. So you get 2 copies. Which then if you pull them off the world tournament banner, you know, you have your copy for your second for your gold slot, gold orb thingy. So they're a little bit generous with this. And you know, the fact you can still get Mercenary Tau is also pretty generous. But with these characters being locked behind a 3000 hypo system, and then being locked behind summons, and also being locked behind actually playing World Tournament, like I'll be honest with you guys, I probably placed like 130th in local, because I got to like 8 million points, and then I went to go see my girlfriend for the weekend, and I was like, I don't feel like playing this. I played a little bit, and then I was like, I should probably be spending time with my girlfriend. Like, it's just not. I have to. If I don't dedicate like the first day by myself to a world tournament, then I'm not getting any of the missions done, because I only have like my schedules. I only have weekends off already, so having to dedicate my weekend to grind this is just awful. And Dokkan is meant to be a game that I can play in the background while I'm doing other stuff most of the time. This is not. I have to like actually kind of like lock in and to be able to actually do a world tournament. Now, how could they make that better? If they didn't have, this is crazy, if they didn't have the fucking stage that you have to play, if they didn't have that fucking stage, if you booted it up and it was just like an easy A, they could do it 2 ways if they ever revamp World Tournament. I think both ways you gotta load into it like it's an easy A. But the first one, which is like if they revamp it, this is what I see them doing, is you do 3 fights. It's just a 3-phase fight with the 7 characters, and then that's your quarterfinal, and then your semifinal, and then your final is the same exact thing. Or not 3 phases, but it's the 1 phase like it normally is, but there's just no stage. Or however many fights there are. However many rounds there are. You know what I mean. Basically, the first one where you have to fight 3 opponents, make that a 3-phase fight. And then the next all the way up until the final, you do a 1-phase fight. But you just load in and get right into the fight. Like, it just pairs you up. It does a little screen. Like how whenever you interact with the character on the board, it just does that screen. And then you're in the fight. Or, in my opinion, what would be the best way to go about it is you can have it just be a 3-phase fight, but it's a 3-phase fight, but it's your quarterfinal, semifinal, and your final. That's it. And it does your whole thing for you. And then it's like they could raise the difficulty of it, but at the final make it like hard. Not hard enough to where you have to, like, you kind of just lose. But, you know, maybe a little bit tankier. The whole point is efficiency. Is kind of why I'm promoting this idea. Efficiency. And that's a whole thing. Like, if I have to go into the friend system and type extreme int Namekians every fucking time I do World Tournament, and then have to sit there and change my lead every single time, and then go into the stage and press the buttons to go to fight the person on the board every single time. You know how much time that wastes? Or I could just be actually playing the game. I could actually be doing the thing. If I didn't have to do the stage, I could do it with my fucking eyes closed. It's not fucking hard. You don't have to put on auto either. Like I wouldn't recommend doing auto with this anyways, because like you end up with a rotation where you don't have this guy. Where's he at? You know, this guy on rotation, you kind of just lose. Right? I'm not saying do auto, but make it more accessible in a way where it's like, this is a mobile game. I shouldn't have to like uber focus onto my phone. Right? I feel like that's a little bit insane to say. And also, speaking of using this unit, I think this will probably be the only unit we'll ever get like this for a very long time. For a very long time. And for those who don't know, basically he can pop his active skill right away in World Tournament because it's whenever 50% your HP is 50% or less, starting from the 4th turn, or when there are 2 or more enemies, which obviously World Tournament you always have 7 enemies. And then you massively raise attack, cause mega colossal damage to all enemies, and then you disable an action of every enemy once within the turn. So you basically all the enemies only attack once, but you Ghost Usher essentially. And if you don't kill them, well then now you can just super attack them for free without using an item. I do not think we will get another unit like this. I think they specifically made this Junior like this just to obviously do this. When he EZAs, he'll like I think he's still the best World Tournament unit. And he's what? He's from April 27, 2023. So he's coming up on 6 months from now, right? 7 months? 7 months from now he'll be... Damn, Jacob. 8 months. Fuck. 8 months, he'll be 3 years old, and he'll still be the best unit. And then guess what? When he EZAs, he'll be even better. And I mean, I wouldn't put it past them that when this guy EZAs, there's gonna be like they're gonna make it's gonna be a World Tournament during that celebration when this guy EZAs, and they'll probably add something to his kit for World Tournament, like, oh, when facing seven enemies, guaranteed crit, and then it's like, okay, this guy is just gonna eviscerate every World Tournament. What they should do when this guy EZAs is what I said and revamped World Tournament in that, like, in the sense of what I was saying earlier, so that way when this guy EZAs, it's like, oh my god, hey, you guys remember this awesome World Tournament unit? Well, now we revamped World Tournament. Now you can use him in the World Tournament, and we made it towards very, very easy for you to get all your stuff. And to be honest with you, they don't even have to change the values of any of this, because if they make, honestly, would be cool is if they revamped it to make it more efficient, but then they increased all this, or maybe not just increase this amount necessarily, but add more missions with higher highs, right? So instead of 20 World Tournament wins, we can say 30, 40, 50. Because if you're just going in and pressing a button and beating the stage, guess what? You can get the 50 wins in, I don't know, a couple hours? Which sounds like a lot, but spend it over a weekend, right? You have, most World Tournaments, you have 2 to 3 days to do the whole thing. And, you know, a couple hours if it's in the background. Fuck, you could do 50 wins. Easy. 50 million points, you know, maybe add a couple more tiers. They really need to revamp this, and I really hope, like, we're on the 59th right now. I really hope they don't wait till, like, the 100th World Tournament to be like, oh, here you guys go, revamp. Because by the 100th World Tournament, it'll be like the 15th anniversary. 18th anniversary. And the game will be dead by then. Maybe not, we'll see. But I hope they don't wait that long for we really need this revamped. Or honestly, this sounds crazy, but just take away the mode and then give us another mode, very similar to World Tournament. Do I have any ideas what that would be? No, that thought just came to my head, so I said it. That's kind of how speaking works. So I don't know what they would do if they got rid of World Tournament, but I think that they should revamp it and just give us just make it better for the player to actually play World Tournament. The mode is already shitty. Make the prizes better, or make the game easier to play. With that being said, Junior is very awesome extreme unit. I don't know. Shout out to Eric. Thank you for watching.